Good morning, Blue Dragons! Today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do that's different? Today, we're going to plug in to the internal structure that we call the Tai Chi pole. So the Tai Chi pole is the spine. So we have the base of the spine, which is the sacral bone. We've got the lumbosacral area, we've got the thoracic area, and we've got the cervical area, and then we have the skull that sits on top of the spine. That's what we call the skeletal system. Your bones are connected to everything in your entire body. Your entire fascia is connected to your bones. So the bones are not these hard, brittle things that are in your body. Your bones are actually living tissue. And bone marrow is the stuff that makes the blood in your veins and arteries. So the bone marrow is the source of your blood. So having said that, what we want to do is to strengthen the bone and the bone marrow. So one of the ways we do that is what we call body drumming. So when we pat up the arm or pat down the arm, when we pat up the arm and pat down the arm, we send a message to the bone marrow to make more blood. Now, ancient man didn't go around hitting himself, but what he did was walk barefoot. It was his connection to the earth. So when your heels hit the ground, then that is sending a message to the leg bones to make blood. Then from there, it goes up to the thymus gland. And the thymus gland, the white blood cells get weapons and armor. And then from there, those white blood cells then go into the lymphatic system. There's 5 types of white blood cells, and they all have a different purpose. So our job is to benefit the lymphatic system and the musculoskeletal system. And this is why medical Qigong is the thing that everyone needs in their life. Medical Qigong will save the world. So the Blue Dragon system is the way that I teach you how to incorporate Blue Dragon medical Qigong in your life to create immortality. Now, immortality is a word that's often used and misunderstood. From the Chinese lexicon, it's anybody who lives to be over 100. It doesn't really mean forever. It just means you get to be over 100. So that's my job, is to teach you how to do that. So we're going to create harmony, and we're going to start off with rolling the pelvis forward. So you're going to bend your knees, you're going to breathe in, stick your butt out, and you're going to stand up, and you're going to breathe out. So you're going to breathe in, bend the knees, stick the butt out, breathe out, roll the pelvis forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, bend the knees, stick the butt out, breathe out, roll the pelvis forward, tighten the abdominals. Now, we also call this a stand-up sit-up. So I want to break this down in the smallest possible particles. Breathe out, tighten the abdominals, roll the pelvis forward. Breathe in, bend your knees, stick your butt out. Breathe out, tighten, roll the pelvis forward. So it's really important that you tighten the abdominals because this is how you strengthen the diaphragm. This is also how you create that six-pack you've been wanting your whole life. You may not ever see the six-pack, but I guarantee you that six-pack is under there. Okay, now we're going to do the same movement, but we're going to go from side to side. So breathe in, bend your knees, stick your butt out. Breathe out, tighten, roll the pelvis forward, and now turn to the other side. Breathe in, bend your knees, stick your butt out, tighten, roll the pelvis forward, turn to the side. Tighten, keep it tight as you turn, keep it tight as you turn. So I want you to imagine a bellows. So as you bring your arms down, you're literally squeezing air like a bellows. Now we're going to add a dance movement to this. Can you move the music box over here? So we're going to step forward with the right foot, right hand forward, tighten, turn, step back. Right foot, tighten, turn, step forward with the right foot, turn, step back with the right foot. Okay, now we're going to switch legs. You're going to step forward with the left foot, left arm up. Left foot forward, tighten, turn, step back. Tighten, turn, step forward. Okay. Okay, now this one is called 6 joints. So we have shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, ankle. So hip, knee, ankle. So you're going to lead with the hip, then throw the knees, and then go back to the heel. So roll the pelvis forward. Okay. Okay, now shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Okay, you're not leaning forward, you're just throwing the shoulders forward. There we go. So it's important when you throw the shoulders, when you show the shoulders forward, you throw the hip back. It looks like you're leaning, but you're not. Now we're going to go backwards. So as the shoulders go back, you're going to thrust the hips forward. Okay. That's too fast? Okay, let me slow it down. So it's important to understand why we're doing this, because as we lift the shoulders, we're actually lifting the lungs and the kidneys. And as you throw the pelvis forward and bang the heels, you're building bone marrow, which is how we started this conversation. Now we're going to go side to side. Now we're going to do same side. Okay, now you got same side. Now we're going to do opposite side. So when the left hip goes left, the right shoulder goes. Now we're doing the opposite side. Now we're going to make it smoother. We're going to put it in a circle. So now I want you to see how I'm bending my knees. Now we're going to switch and go the other way. So you're going to lift the shoulders. So it's a distinction. So we were doing this, and now we're doing that. So we're going differently up and down. So we're collapsing on the left, expanding on the right. Collapsing on the left, expanding on the right. Now we're going to change directions again. So we're going to expand on the left, collapse on the right. Expand on the left, collapse on the right. Yeah, I see it's really difficult for you to grasp this. Okay, we're just going up and down. We're not bending forward. We're just going up and down. Collapse, expand. Collapse, expand. Collapse, expand. Wow. So, if you had your Qi cups today, and it's not a requirement that you have them, but if you had them, this is what you would be doing. So, left arm straight ahead, left arm at a diagonal. Right arm straight ahead, right arm at a diagonal. So this is what we're doing. Now, as you thrust forward, I want you to thrust the pelvis forward and lean slightly back. Okay, we're not bending forward, we're just okay, so make your feet wider than your shoulders. And we just want to bend the knees, just go straight up and down.
You have to start. So put it in practice and take it to heart. Everything you do, everything you say, everything that comes to you, do with love. Say it with love. Accept it with love.
Now, this is called knife hands. This is called knife hands. So your fingers are on top.
Live in love.
Okay, now we're going to do one hand at a time. So we're engaging the entire body by bending the knees and standing up. So extension, contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. So let me ask a silly question. Where's the power? Is the power at the extension or is the power in the contraction? Don't everybody answer all at once. And I'm going to ask a follow-up question. Where does the power come from? Does the power come from the feet? Does the power come from the hips? Does the power come from the shoulder? Or does the power come from the palm? Okay. Put your answers in the comments below, and we'll give a prize to the one who comes up with the best answer. Okay, now we're going to add waist turning to this exercise. So again, we're going to start here. Okay, now from this point, you're going to snap. Okay? Bend the knees, come up, stand up, and snap. Bend the knees, come up, stand up, snap. Now when this snaps, this shoulder has to go back. Okay? So when the left hand pushes, the right shoulder has to go back. Breathe in, stand up, snap. Breathe in, stand up, snap. Snap. So watch your stance. Watch your stance. Okay, now, this is called dragon palm. So left hand is going to start with the stand up, and then you're going to articulate each finger as you come down, and then stand up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, so that exercise was specifically for the heart. So that exercise specifically was for the heart. So the first part of it was to push away the negative aspects of ourselves, the things that we want to get rid of in our lives, okay? So the way I teach it in pieces. I teach it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but actually once you understand it, it comes across very smoothly. This is how it comes across. Okay? And then the second part is to pull in, so you stand up, articulate each finger, and then pull in. Thrust, no, eagle claw. Dragon claw. Dragon claw, right hand, dragon claw. And you're going to the side. You're not going to the front, you're going to the side. And then you're going to articulate each finger, and you're going to pull down. Articulate each finger, pull down. Thrust as you stand up, pull down. Okay, now, when I'm extended in this position and I come down, my arm is moving from here to here. Okay? So how far is that? 3 feet, 4 feet? It's at least 4 feet. Okay? So if somebody grabbed my right hand and pulled me, if somebody grabbed my right hand and pulled me, what would I do? I would grab them. They grabbed me, I would grab them, and then as I turned, okay, so now who's off balance? Not me. Who's in control? I'm in control because I grabbed them and I turned. So people ask me all the time, why are we doing this exercise? Here's the reason why. Now, if this was a self-defense class and I showed you how to grab somebody, turn your wrist over and pull, you would say, oh, I know how to do that. But in an actual life and death struggle, you wouldn't remember it. So that's why we learn how to do this 10,000 times. By learning and practicing 10,000 times, when you absolutely positively need to do this, there's no thought process. No, to the side. To the side. There you go, to the side. That's it. So there's a reason for every movement. There's an intention and a purpose for every movement and a benefit in medical Qigong. Nothing is frivolous or without thought. Everything is done with intention and care. Okay, I hope you get that. So now, this is your chance to do freestyle. So you get a chance to do everything that you've learned for the last 6 months, 4 months, 2 months, 1 month. So I want you to do whatever movement makes you feel good. Now remember, this class is about the Tai Chi pole. So, everybody likes the sound? So I like neck exercises because that is the one problem that everybody has and never gets addressed at the gym or in yoga. And just shaking the head around. Okay, now you should be loose if you're doing what you want to do. So now we're going to practice. Forward, back. Forward, back. Okay, now we're going to make it complicated. Chin down. Chin up. So I hope you can see that I'm doing a circle leading with my chin. So this prevents headaches, this prevents migraines. Chin down, push it down, chin out, chin up, head back, pull the head back, chin all the way up, chin down. Yes, this is really Qigong. This is the top of the Tai Chi pole. Now, we're going to reverse direction. Head back. Head back, chin towards the sky. And now you're going to lean forward from the hips, okay? Not from the middle. You're going to lean forward from the hips. Chin all the way forward. Then bring the chin down to the chest. Lean back. Lean forward. Chin down. Forward, and now drop the chin on the chest. Bring it up. Lean back. Chin forward. Drop. I want you to remember this exercise. This is really, really important. Now, so you're going to lead with your chin. You're going to lead with your chin. Okay, you're not turning your body, you're not turning your head. Only your neck is moving. Just your neck. No, your face forward. Your face forward. The chin is moving. Just the chin. No, you're turning your head. You're doing this. You're leading with your chin. Okay, so I want you to put your chin on your shoulder, but keep your head forward. Okay, you're not doing this. You're doing this. So put your hand, there you go. Put your hands on your hips. Now we're going to go in a circle. So you're going to start to the left, all the way forward, tuck it in, pull it back, and now your chin is going to go over. Forward. Now we're going to change direction. You're going to go all the way forward. Oh, there's some crackling in that neck. There's some crackling in that neck. Yeah. If you only go one way, then your body gets set in going one way. This is internal Qigong, and this is specifically for the Tai Chi pole. This is specifically for the top of your spine. And this actually turns on and opens up the flow of cerebrospinal fluid into your brain, which turns on your immune system. Okay, now, hands above your head. So hands to the left, hands forward, hands to the right, hands back. Okay, so hands up high and then bend the elbows. Okay? Hands up high, bend the elbows. Now, what's happening with your shoulder blades? Yeah, they're moving very differently than they're used to moving. Okay, stop, and now we're going to change direction. We're going to go to the right, back, left, forward. So this exercise is for your shoulder blades. Now, the shoulder blades are here. Okay, so the head is going to go opposite to the hands. Okay, so hands to the left, head to the right. Hands forward, head back. Hands to the right, head to the left. Forward. This is what we call the Egyptian neck. Oh, some of you've got it. That's great. It might be helpful if you look in the mirror and practice this. Now we're going to change direction. So hands are going to go to the right, head's going to go back. Now, I want you to turn your head up and shake your head. Shake your head, no, no. Now look up, shake your head, no. Lean back, shake your head, no. Now shift your weight, shake your head, no. Now, bounce your shoulders. Bounce your shoulders. Lean back, shake your head, no. Watch my knees. Watch my waist. Okay. Isn't that amazing? So, you got a jar half full of water. You shake it up. What do you see? Bubbles. After a few minutes, the bubbles disappear. So when you shake up that jar, what are you creating? Qi. So this is how you create Qi. But we can't start at that point. This is the advanced technique for creating Qi. All right? So, how do we start? Well, first we just start with this. And then we go into the 6 joints. And then the waist. And then the shoulders. And then we finally get to this. So we have to work our way up from the bottom to the top. This whole class is all about the Tai Chi pole, how to improve the flow of chemical messengers that we call neurotransmitters that live in the cerebrospinal fluid. Okay? So, if you're clumsy, if you drop things, if you stumble and fall, if you're forgetful and you say, "Where are my glasses? I can't find my glasses." Or, like the lady in the post office, "I can't find my phone. Hey, I can't find my phone. I just had it. Where's my phone?" So all those are called stagnation in the cerebrospinal fluid. Now, what causes stagnation in the cerebrospinal fluid is overeating, over-drinking, over-exercising, not exercising enough, no laughter, no fun, no relationships, okay? No exercise. Yeah, that's about it. Not enough sleep. Too too much sleep. So the over and the under create stagnation in the cerebrospinal fluid, which then causes confusion in the neurotransmitters going to and from the brain, and that leads to you getting stagnation, inflammation, and disease. So, not cool. Not cool, sis. Not cool, bro. Okay, so it is only through movement. It is only through movement. It is only through movement that we can clean up the cerebrospinal fluid so that the neurotransmitters know exactly where to go. Okay, so over the head. Okay, diagonal. Behind you. Over the head. So diagonal, diagonal. Okay, so we're on a straight line here. Over the head. Now the waist is turning, okay? So the waist has to turn in order to go behind you. Over the head. Diagonal. Over the head. Now, the waist turns as I go straight out. The waist turns as I go straight out. And then I go back on a diagonal. Now, as I come over my head, I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to bend my knees. And stand up, okay? So I'm standing up. I bend my knees. Stand up again, and I go back, and as I come back, I bend the knees, okay? So as I come back, I bend the knees, thrust behind me, and now I bend my knees as I come over the top of the head, and as I stand up, I thrust. And now I bend my knees as I come back. And stand up and thrust. Bend the knees as I come over the head and thrust. Bend the knees, come over the head, thrust. Contraction. Expansion. Bend the knees, come over the head, stand up, okay? Bend the knees, stand up, bend the knees, bend the knees, stand up. Contraction. Bend the knees. So, thrusts. Bend the knees, come over the head. Thrust. Contraction. Thrust. This is not just exercise. This is not just exercise. This engages your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, and your physical level. These movements engage you on 4 different levels. It's not this. It's not this. Okay? To me, you're setting yourself up for an elbow problem. For me, you're setting yourself up for a shoulder problem. So this is a complete body exercise. Okay? Complete body exercise. Bend the knees. Thrust. Thrust. Bend the knees and thrust. So I give the secrets every month. Up, down, right, left, backwards, forwards, all at the same time. Up, down, right, left, backwards, forwards, all at the same time. So that's what this is. That's what this is. So you're constantly in motion. Now, the Qi is here. The Qi is in your hand. Hand, foot, okay? The foot's connected to the earth. So when you bend your knees, what happens? Okay. What's important is not what happens when you bend your knees. What's important is what happens when you stand up. So the power, when you stand up, comes from the center of the bottom of the foot. Bubbling spring. So, bend the knees, stand up. Bend the knees and turn. Bend the knees and lean back. Bend the knees, okay? So you're literally absorbing power from the ground as you stand up, okay? So when you bend your knees, your foot goes flat. When you stand up, you create a hollow on the bottom of the foot. That's what's happening to your foot. So when you bend your knees, your foot is actually flat. But when you stand up, this is what happens, okay? We call that sticky feet or frog feet or lizard feet. There's many different names for it, but that's what happens. Now, that energy comes up the kidney meridian through the groin, and then from the groin, it goes right next to the belly button, and it comes up the center to the collarbone. So when you just do that, and see when I bend my knees, how my head goes back when I bend my knees, and when I stand up, my head comes forward. So this is actually absorbing electromagnetic energy from the earth and pulling it up to the collarbone. So you're literally pulling energy up. Now, when you do this, the sun or heaven's energy hits the top of your head, okay? So now when you're in this position, you're connected to heaven and earth. So just this movement, just this one little movement is the thing that connects you to heaven and earth. We are superconductors of electromagnetic energy. Okay, now, how do we get that Qi here? Okay, so when you turn. So bend your knees, stand up and turn. So put your fingers right here at the top of your thighs. Bend your knees. You feel the muscle collapse. You feel it collapse, and then stand up and turn. You feel it grab. So now, the hip flexors go from here to here. It's a pretty wide thing, okay? Now, I want you to find the center of your butt. Find the center of your butt cheeks, okay? that is where the hip socket is. Now stick your thumb right in there, bend your knees, stand up. And you feel it grab when you stand up. It goes soft, and when you stand up, you feel it grab. All right? Now, put one finger here, one finger here. Bend the knees, stand up. And you feel it grab front and back. So now that's where the Qi is. Okay? Now, the Qi can go from here to here, or the Qi can go to here. Okay? So as you turn, you can send the Qi from this foot to this hip, to this shoulder, to this hand. Or from this foot to this hip, to this shoulder, to this hand. So I can go that way, and the Qi comes from the foot straight up. So right side, so if I lean to the right, from the right foot to the right hand. If I lean to the left, left foot to left hand. But what happens when I go here? Okay, when I go there, I'm going from that foot to that hip to that, and now I'm going across. Okay? Isn't that fascinating? So, hip, shoulder. So now the power is in the turning of the waist. That's where the power is. So, from the feet to the hips, the hip to turn. Hip, shoulder, palm. So that's where the power comes from. So the better you understand that, okay? Now, okay, you're planting your left foot. And now you're going to plant your right foot. So we're going to slow it down just a little bit. Step, contract, step, contract, step, contract, step, contract. Left foot back, tighten, turn, step. 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 Now everything is internal. It's all internal. You have to tighten, turn, and step. Nobody can see what you're doing. Now, do you want the power? Where do you want the power? Do you want the power? Is that where you want the power? Or do you want the power here? Where do you want the power? Now this is where your intention comes in. Left, right, left, right, right. Okay, I want the power in the front hand. So, here's the power. And now I transfer the power and I go here. So now it's going from the planted foot. So we just switched. Everything I just told you previously, now we can switch the feet. Because now the energy's in that foot, it's in the right foot. And now we turn and we go forward. Okay? So now we've transferred the power from the right foot to the left hand. contract, turn, step back. Now, the power is still in the right hand. Power is still here. But when we contract, now the power is in this hand. So we can transfer the power from the left foot to the right hand. Okay, I'm not sure you're getting it, but I hope you are. Okay, so now, left foot. Contract, turn. Now where's the power? Transfer of power. Now, what does this motion look like? Does it look like stop? Now, you're coming forward. So whoever's in front of you, you're going to knock them down. Okay? So this is a defensive posture. Stop. If they stop, everything's cool. But if they don't stop, you make yourself small and then you explode. Okay? Make yourself small, turn, stop. Contract, turn, expand. Contract, turn, expand. And that's why we turn it into a dance, so you don't have to think about it. But you do have to contract your abdominals. You have to contract your abdominals and you have to breathe in. Okay, now switch legs. Okay, so conserve your chi, conserve your chi. Put all the weight on the ball of the foot. Don't turn your foot out to the side. Keep your foot straight. And go in rhythm. Go in rhythm. That's it. Now you got it. Now, swinging the arms does what to the shoulders? Swinging the shoulders does what to the shoulder blades? Swinging the shoulder blades does what to the spine? Stepping forward and back does what to the lumbosacral? So we're exercising your Tai Chi pole from the top and the bottom. Okay, I think I was little fast for most of you. So we're going to just do a little cool down. So bend your knees. Do the shimmy. Lean back on one foot. This is a cool down because we've been moving pretty fast. But don't forget to wiggle the shoulders. So this one little silly exercise is working every muscle in your body. Your head, your neck, your shoulders, your spine, your shoulders, your chest, your abdomen, your hips, your groin muscles, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your calf muscles, your feet. So we are superconductors of electromagnetic energy. So now we're doing the meridian flow. We normally do this at the beginning. Hands to the face, face to heaven, heaven to earth, earth to feet, feet to heart, heart to hands, hands to face, face to heaven, heaven to earth. We lost it? Expand the heart to the hands. Bring the hands to the face. Okay, I think our time is up. What do you think? Yeah, our time is up. So I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope you got a lot of information out of this class. It's going to be up for 24 hours. It's unlisted. That means if you're watching this on YouTube, you won't be able to get back to it. I'm going to post this on Remind. It's going to take an hour for YouTube to anchor it into their system. Once that happens, I'm going to copy and paste the link into Remind so you can see it. But it's unlisted on YouTube, which means nobody else can see it. So, your health is in your hands. Prevention is the only cure. And if you want to be well, you've got the Qigong well. So, thank you, Father, Son, Mother Sky, Grandmother Ocean, and Brother Earth. Thank you for all your gifts and treasures. Today is Tuesday? Wednesday? Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, Mercury's day, the messenger of the gods. May the Qi that we have created here today open our hearts and minds to stop judging ourselves as we stop judging others. Judgment will not get you on the spiritual path, only non-judgment. So stop judging yourself so you can stop judging others. Qi! Repeat after me. So be it. Thank you. And thank you.